Well, Dan, we'll start with you. How formidable a task is this, and how much confidence do you go up there knowing what you've done already this final series?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge to go up to Brisbane after a couple of seasons not playing them and in hot form as well. But not without confidence. Look at last week against the D's, 3 dominant quarters, and then obviously the last quarter played out how it did. But it just shows that we're good enough to play against any opposition on any given day, and particularly the top 3 sides. So a lot of confidence, but we know it's a big challenge as well.
And pre and final, anything happen? We've seen that across footy everywhere, not just AFL, AFLW, all sorts of footy. So the hardest game of the year to win.
Well, the most exciting game, I think, in regards to you look at the men's seasons, and to get to that point is a huge reward. But there's some unknowns around pressure, outcome as well. So our process is going to be really important. But not without. So not going to be without its challenges for sure. But prelim or not, we're going with a lot of confidence to make sure that we give our best effort, which is what we've done in the last, probably second half of the year.
Becky, how are you preparing for the prelim and those factors that Dan just mentioned?
Yeah, I think Dan touched on it well. We just sort of go into the week focusing on our process. Brisbane are a great team. They're quick. They've got some really gun players. We've got some gun players too, and we're excited to take them on. Prep as usual. Obviously, got the travel on Friday and play up there on Saturday, so just try to keep it as normal as possible. I know a few girls even do some salt floats during the week, so I think Em's organised some bath salts for the girls if they want to take it. So just try to keep to our process and replicate that as best as we can.
Has it helped with the way the final series has gone and going into this game, as underdogs and not expecting to win, that you've been taking it, I guess, on week at a time? Does it just sort of feel like a normal sort of game in that sense? You try to make it as normal as possible? Yeah,
I think so. You can't hide the fact that it's a prelim final as well, and the excitement and the nerves will come, and that goes through the group differently at different times. But we're all super excited, and it's just another chance to play another game of footy, isn't it? And the AFLW competition isn't long in general, so being able to play as much games as we can, we just got to keep winning and take it like that.
Dan, are you a salt floater?
I've tried it once before. It was a very, very strange experience, but I've done it once and once only.
Are you going to take it up the chance this week?
I haven't done it before, mainly because I think it will ruin my hair. But other than that, I think the girls really enjoy it, so I might have to do it one time, not this weekend.
It is quite good for Vish, Dan, the fact that you usually haven't played in a while. So how do you go about preparing for that? And even, have you played at Springfield before as well? It's new?
We haven't played there, no. I've been there before. I was lucky enough to go and watch the AFLW Grand Final last season. So, great facility, nice sized ground, which just suit us. It looks like a fast deck as well. So, different conditions up there as well with the humidity and the heat, which is not a problem for us. Night game, it's fine. If it rains, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I look very much looking forward to going up there and playing them. Last time we played them in Maroochydore, it was windy, rainy. We got pipped by 2 points. I think Chloe kicked a couple of late goals in the game to make it really close. So we're not without our chances. To be fair, I haven't even got their magnets for this season because we weren't fixtured against them. But so I didn't expect to play them at this stage. But but it's been well documented their success over the last couple of seasons. So there's a lot of knowledge already around how they play and the players they've got and how damaging they can be. So we're not going in not knowing what to expect.
And in terms of the opportunity, maybe for both of you, but for Dan, this opportunity doesn't come up often. And even though at the start of the final series, you're just trying to win the first one and go from there. But now that you're one win away from a granny, how do you sort of harness that power of we're actually close to achieving something, but at the same time you're not?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. Our goal after the end of last season was to make postseason again. So that was the pass mark for us. We achieved that, which is great. And then from this point on, as Becky mentioned before, it's been well documented how the AFLW want longer seasons and more games. And the teams we're playing against have had final success over the last 4, 5, 6 years, and if you accumulate those games, so they've played an extra 15, 20 games than everybody else. So all of that practice and time makes a difference in the long run. So for us, it's about, if you want to play more games, you just need to win the next game you've got. it's a short enough season, so to guarantee another chance to practice, to play, you just have to win. So it's not about, it's a prelim, it's about if you want to play another game, play well this week. Yeah.
And Becky, just from a player's perspective, that opportunity of, creating something really special, like that's a pretty powerful force.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like amongst the four walls, we really feel that, and that belief amongst the girls as well. We've been training super hard and we've had ebbs and flows throughout the season, but, we belong here and we're going to be as competitive as we can against the Lions, and, our best football, I think we can beat anyone. And, on the weekend, it will be that sort of next step in our development, playing a side that we probably haven't played for a while. And, they're quick, they're fast, as I said before, and we're ready to match that and, bring our bit of flair and excitement as well. So, yeah, we're super pumped for the weekend.
Becky, is there a bit of an us against them kind of mantra, underdogs on the road, flying up there? Do you think the trip will kind of galvanise the team?
Oh, we love travelling together, and, more time we get to spend together is always great. We've got a great connection amongst the group, and nothing's better sitting in the Virgin Lounge ready to go for the next game. But, we're super pumped, and, the girls, more time together, you can see it on the track, and these interstate trips are, build that bond even more. So, we're excited.
And Dan, just with your captain obviously dealing with, so much off the field, how have you sort of handled that as a club, and from a leadership point of view, you obviously work really closely with her?
Yeah, I've just tried to be as consistent as possible for her and be a bit of a place where she can go back and come to Siren and just be herself without having too much, thought around things externally. Like her family have gone through some, significant trauma, and so has she. And her dad was such a significant part of her football pathway, with his history as well in football. And so for her to come here and just know that she's going to be treated as she would normally be treated, and still be the leader and the mentor she is to everybody else, and do her thing. She's an exceptional person, and so for us it was a pretty simple thing. Just give her the space she needs, but she didn't want any space. She just wanted to be around what she's comfortable in, so it's been a big help.
Yeah, is it sort of a blessing, Becky, do you think, for someone going through something like that to be able to come to the club and switch off? It must be mentally sort of draining on both sides of the coin, but yeah, how's she been?
Yeah, we love Meg, and it's horrible that she's have to go through this, especially in the season. It's never a good time at any time, but for her, I think her escape is footy, and she just is so passionate about this club and the game itself, and what she brings is just next to none. So we wrap our arms around her, and she gives it back just as much, and we're just so happy to be able to support her during this time and be around her. But I think she loves the fact that she gets to play in a prelim this week, especially for her dad.
Yeah, Dan, do you have any update on Chloe Shear and how she's going?
I do, mate. So she's a genuine chance to play this week. So she trained on Tuesday night on the side, albeit on the side of the main group, and just went through her paces, and so she'll train tonight, mate. So if she gets through the session, we have match play every session. So if she gets through that, we'll have some discussions and decisions to make around whether she comes in this week or we just roll the dice and see how we go. But it's just good for her too to be around the group again, and the group are really positive around that. So we'll see how tonight goes for her.
A pretty amazing recovery for her. She looked gone for the season there.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, she was in a sling about 3 days ago, but it's just one of those injuries where there's not much you can do apart from tolerate the pain. So once it's had a chance to settle, she's now exploring how she feels with it. So all hopefully goes well tonight and leading into the weekend. So it's also old mate's 50th game next to me too. I just want to make sure that we give Becky a bit of a shout out in front of everyone. The next leader in waiting at our club. So 50 games is a no mean feat in such a short season over a period of time. So another chance to get 51 would be nice. Yep. Yeah. So I thought I'd just take that chance while we're here now.